Namami Buddhang Gunasagarantam Santa Sada Hontu Sukhi Avera Kayo Jingunjo Sakalo Dugandho Gacchante Sambe Maranang Ahance. Homage to the exalted one, the worthy one, the supremely enlightened one. Good morning, everyone. Venerable members of the Mahasangha, friends in the Dhamma. Now we are going to start our monthly meditation retreat conducted by the Mindfulness Meditation Center. In this program, we hope to discuss Buddhist meditation and also we hope to practice meditation for our inner peace. Meditation means mental culture of purifying one's mind. When we practice meditation, the main purpose of practicing meditation is to purify our mind. Since our happiness completely depends on purification of mind. That is why we focus on purifying our mind by practicing meditation. Sraddhavanta Pinnutuni, දැන් අප බලාපොරොත්තු වන්නේ මාසිකව සිදු කෙරෙන භාවනා සංවාසනය ආරම්භ කරන්නට Mindfulness Meditation Center විසින් සංවිධානය කෙරෙන මේ වැඩසටහන තුළින් අපි බුදුදහමෙහි භාවනාව පිළිබඳව සාකච්ඡා කරන්නටත් එය පුහුණු කරන්නටත් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. ඉතින් ප්‍රථමයෙන්ම අපි පංචශීලය සමාදන් වෙලා මේ කටයුත්ත ආරම්භ කරන්නට බලාපොරොත්තු වන්නේ. ඊළඟට අපි සම්බුද්ධ පූජා පවත්වනවා. බුදුදහමේ තියෙන භාවනාව ගැන විස්තර පැහැදිලි කරලා දීලා අවස්ථාවෝචිතව අපි මේ වැඩසටහන මේ විදිහට සිදු කරන අතරේදී උපරිම ලෙස භාවනාව පුහුණු කරන්නට බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. Friends in the Dhamma, in this meditation retreat, we hope to discuss meditation in Buddhism and also we practice Buddhist meditation for our inner peace. Since our happiness depends on purification of our minds, therefore, little by little, we hope to practice meditation, purifying our mind. First of all, we are going to observe 5 precepts. For that, please say Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa 3 times. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. I go to the Buddha for refuge. I go to the Dhamma for refuge. I go to the Sangha for refuge. Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. A second time, I go to the Buddha for refuge. A second time, I go to the Dhamma for refuge. A second time, I go to the Sangha for refuge. Chatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Chatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Chatiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. A third time, I go to the Buddha for refuge. A third time, I go to the Dhamma for refuge. A third time, I go to the Sangha for refuge. 5 precepts, Panchasila. Pānātipātā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi. I undertake the training tool to abstain from taking life. Adinādāna veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi. I undertake the training tool to abstain from stealing. Kāmesu miccācārā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi. I undertake the training tool to abstain from sexual misconduct. Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi. I undertake the training tool to abstain from false speech. Suramēraya majjapamādhatthānā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi. I undertake the training tool to abstain from intoxicating drinks and drugs causing heedlessness. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Before we start our meditation retreat, usually we observe 5 precepts. I think you can understand the meaning of 5 precepts. The foundation of Buddhist meditation is that sila or virtue, moral conduct, discipline in our speech and behavior. That is very important to inner peace. That is why, first of all, we observe 5 precepts. And also we should understand the meaning of meditation. Meditation means medication for our inner peace, for our mental disorders. Especially we practice meditation for our inner peace and happiness. Happiness is the main purpose of everyone who was born in this world. We do everything in the name of happiness. But unfortunately, finally, we don't have happiness or satisfaction. The reason is that we usually depend on outside. We mostly find happiness from outside. When outside world changes, we are suffering. That is the nature of our life. By practicing Dhamma, especially by practicing meditation, we purify our mind and also we make a refuge within us. That is the meaning of meditation. We create a refuge within us. Then we don't depend on outside since we have inner peace, inner refuge by practicing Dhamma. That is the thing that we are doing here. According to Buddhism, meditation can be divided into 2. One of them is samatha meditation or tranquility meditation. Keeping our attention in the present moment, we practice, we develop positive thoughts in our mind. That is Samatha Bhavana or concentration meditation. When mind gains concentration, we reflect on impermanence. Our entire life is impermanent. Our entire life is 6 internal senses and also 6 external objects. Everything is impermanent. Everything arises and ceases at the moment. By contemplating on impermanence, we practice Vipassana Bhavana or insight meditation. That is the second step of meditation. By practicing Samatha Bhavana or concentration meditation, we overcome some negativities from our mind, especially 5 hindrances, which disturb our peace of mind. By practicing insight or Vipassana Bhavana, we trained our mind to overcome ignorance or delusion, which is the main cause of suffering. That is the very short meaning of meditation, according to what the Buddha explained. Dear friends in the Dhamma, first of all, we are going to offer the items that you prepared for the Buddha. And this is not just a generosity, but a meditation technique. Whenever we offer something to the Buddha, we contemplate on the qualities of the Buddha. Buddha is the person who developed his mind to the maximum level with great compassion and wisdom. Whenever we think about the Buddha, our mind is so pure and calm. Our mind has no negativities at the moment. Our mind is pure and calm. That's the thing that we are doing here. Okay, friends in the Dhamma. Now we prepared flowers, incense, candles, food and drinks for the Supreme Buddha. You know, Buddha has passed away. Even though he has passed away, still we remember the Buddha, his noble qualities. Whenever we contemplate on the Buddha's qualities, Buddha is alive, Buddha is living within us. It means we are not away from the Dhamma. Whenever we think about the Buddha's noble qualities, at the moment we are near the Dhamma, we are near the Sangha. That is the thing that we are doing here. Sraddhavanda Pinatuni. දැන් අප මුලින්ම මේ සෝදානම් කරපු පූජා ද්‍රව්‍යයන් බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ වෙනුවෙන් පූජා කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වන්නේ. අප සරණ ගිය අපේ ශාස්ත්‍රෝ මේ ලෝකයක් ප්‍රඥාවෙන් ආලෝකවත් කළා වූ ඒ උත්තම බුද්ධ චරිතයට උපහාර පිණිස මේ සියලු පූජා ද්‍රව්‍යයන් පූජා කරමු පූජා වේවා. එසේ පූජා කිරීමෙන් ජනිත කරගන්නා වූ මේ උතුම් කුසලය බුද්ධ පූජාව බුද්ධානුස්සති භාවනාව අපේ මානසික පරිශුද්ධිය සඳහා හේතු වාසනා වේවා කියන ප්‍රතිමින් අප මේ පූජාව සිදු කරමු. Now we are going to offer these items to the Supreme Buddha. At the same time, we contemplate on the qualities of the Buddha. All the qualities of the Buddha can be summarized into 9. They are Itipiso Bhagava Araham. Such indeed the exalted one, worthy, Samma Sambuddho, supremely enlightened, Vijayachara Sampanno, endowed with knowledge and conduct, Sugato, well gone, Lokavidu, knower of the world, Anuttaro Purisadhamma Sarathi, incomparable trainer of persons to be tamed, Saddha Deva Manusanam, the supreme teacher of deities and men, Buddha enlightened, Bhagava exalted. Contemplating on these qualities of the Supreme Buddha, we are going to offer these items to his noble qualities. With that intention, let's recite the Gatha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Itipiso bhagava araham samma sambuddho Vinyācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu Anuntaro purisa dhammasarati Santādeva manus Buddho bhagavati Buddhaṃ jīvita pariyant saranaṃ gañcāmi Vandāmi cetiyaṃ sambhaṃ samvatāne supatiṭṭhitam Sāririka dhātu mahām Buddharūpaṃ sakalam sadām Ganasaram padintena dīpena tamadhaṃsina Tilokadīpaṃ sambuddhaṃ pūjayāmi tamonudam Gandha sambhārayut dūpenāhaṃ sugandhinā Pūjaye pūjanīyaṃ Pūjā bhājanamuttamaṃ Vanna gandha gunopetaṃ Etaṃ kusuma santatiṃ Pūjayāmi munindans Siripāda saroruhe Pūjami buddhaṃ kusumena Puññena metena ca hotu mokkam Puppan milayati yataidam Kāyo tatayati vināsabhavan Adivāse tuno bhante Pāniyam nupanāmitam Anukampanupādāya patiganhātum Adivāse tuno bhante Bhojanam nupanāmitam Anukampanupādāya patiganhātu muntama Imina puñya kammena māme bālas Sataṃ samāgamo hotu Yāva nibbāna pantiyā Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, venerable members of the Mahasangha, friends in the Dhamma. Now we hope to practice meditation. When we discuss meditation, especially in Buddhism, the foundation of meditation is that mindfulness. Mindfulness is the foundation of meditation. Mindfulness means being aware of our body and mind. The main purpose of everyone is that getting rid of suffering. That is the main problem of everyone. For that, Buddha says, the main technique in Buddhism that practice in mindfulness. Whenever we are in mindfulness, it means we have made a refuge within us. Mindfulness means being aware of our body and mind. When we practice meditation, we cultivate mindfulness. We train our mind to live in the present moment. Not only we live in the present moment, at the same time, we develop positive thoughts in our mind, such as generosity, loving kindness, compassion, wisdom. These are the positive thoughts that we develop when we practice mindfulness. At the very beginning, it is very important to understand mindful object, sati nimitta, mindful object. Mindful object is explained in Buddhism. Before we start meditation, the very first step is that keeping our mind in the present moment, around the nose or upper lip. It says in Buddhism, parimukhaṃ sati nupaṭṭapetva, nasikāggyeva mukha nimitteva. That is the very first step of meditation. We should be aware of our present moment, around the nose or upper lip. It means our mind doesn't go here and there. The nature of our mind is that, monkey mind. It goes past and future. That is the nature of our mind. At the very beginning of meditation, we keep our mind in the present moment. The technique of keeping our mind in the present moment is that we keep it around the nose or upper lip. If we are able to keep our mind in the present moment, we can practice any meditation technique. Not only we practice meditation techniques, even though we don't practice any particular meditation technique, if you are mindful, it means we are in meditation. Whenever we are in meditation, it means negative thoughts don't come to our mind. Always negative thoughts, unwholesome mental states, evil thoughts disturb our peace of mind. All the negativities can be summarized into three. They are greed, anger, and delusion. Whenever we keep our mind in mindfulness, at the moment our mind has no anger, no greed, no ignorance. Whenever we are able to overcome these negativities from our mind, it means our mind has no suffering. We have no suffering because we are free from suffering. We have purified our mind. Mind is the most important thing in our life. That is why Buddhism says, Mano pubbangama dhamma, mano setta manomaya. Mind is the forerunner. Mind is chief. Mind made that day. Manasache paduttena bhasativa karotiva. If someone does something with a wicked mind, suffering or painful results follow him. That is why we should overcome negative thoughts from our mind. And also, if our mind is pure and calm, pleasant results, fruitful results follow us. Here, mind plays a very special role in our life. The most important thing that we receive is our mind. In this situation, if we can keep our mind very pure and calm, that's the real success of our life. For that, mindfulness is very important. Mindfulness is the only practice. The main thing that we can practice to purify our mind is that practice in mindfulness. When we are going to practice mindfulness, sati nimitta or mindful object is very, very important. Now we are going to practice that. Okay? And sitting on this posture, keeping our attention in the present moment. Now we are going to practice sati nimitta or mindful object. Nasikageva mukha nimitteva, it means end of the nose or upper lip, we keep our mind. First of all, we are aware of our body posture. Then we keep our mind around the nose or upper lip in the present moment. Okay? Let's try to train our mind to live in the present moment. පින්නතුනි දැන් අප බුදුදහමෙහි සඳහන් වන භාවනාවේ මූලික පදනම වන සති නිමිත්ත පුහුණු කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වන්නේ. අප සිටින ඉරියව්ව ගැන සැලකිලිමත්ව ඉඳමින් නාසය අග හෝ උඩතොල් ආශ්‍රිතව වර්තමානයේ තුල සිහිය පිහිටුවාගෙන අප සතිමත් බව පුහුණු කරන්නට බලාපොරොත්තු වන්නේ. Friends in the Dhamma, please relax your body, straight your body, and keep your right hand on the left hand. Okay, please take a deep breath in. Hold a second. Breathe out, please, gently. Okay, please be aware of your body posture from your legs to head and from your head to legs. Now you feel your breathing in and out. We keep our attention around the nose or upper lip at the present moment. Here we don't practice any particular meditation technique. We just practice mindfulness. We keep our attention in the present moment. At the same time, we are aware of the end of nose or upper lip. I completely keep my attention in the present moment. I keep my attention around the nose or upper lip in the present moment. I don't think my past or future. I completely live in the present moment. I keep my attention around the nose or upper lip in the present moment. When I am mindful in the present moment, I see the beauty of my mind. My mind is so pleasant, calm and peaceful when I am in the present moment. When I am mindful in the present moment, when negative thoughts come to my mind, I can recognize, I can understand those negative thoughts. Then they immediately go away. Please relax your body, straighten your body, and keep your attention around the nose or upper lip mentally, but physically we don't look at it. Mentally, with mind, we see it. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear friends in the Dhamma, this is the very first step of meditation. This is the very first step of mindfulness. Not only we practice this technique when we meditate, but whatever we do, if we can practice this technique, it means outside persons and things are unable to control us, since we are in mindfulness. When negative thoughts come to our mind, immediately we can understand, I have these negativities, unwholesome mental states, my mind. No matter whatever you do, if you are able to keep your attention in the present moment with mindful object, sati nimitta, this is your success. Since at the moment, nothing or nobody can disturb your peace of mind. When you do something, when you speak something, you think again and again whether it is correct. If you are mindful, it means your mind is pure and calm. When mind is pure, if you do something with a pure mind, physically, verbally or mentally, the results are pleasant, the results are fruitful. For that, we should pay our attention to the mind. Mind is the most important thing that we receive. We should not give any chance to anyone disturb our peace of mind. If someone can disturb your peace of mind, if someone can make you angry, lustful, or ignorant, that is the fault of yours. That is your mistake. If someone is unable to make you angry or lustful, that is your success. That is your refuge. Then you can be proud of your mind that you have developed. For that, sati nimitta or mindful object is very, very, very important. This is the foundation of meditation. This is the foundation of mindfulness, which is the main practice of our purification of mind. With this skill, now we are going to practice next meditation technique, Metta Bhavana or loving kindness meditation. According to Buddhism, we practice three meritorious deeds: Dana, Sila and Bhavana. Generosity, virtue and meditation, mental culture. Generosity means we share something with others, material things. Not only that, we can share Dhamma with others. That is also a generosity. Dhammadana. The gift of Dhamma excels all other gifts. Sabbadhanam Dhammadhanam Jinati. Generosity is not just a dana or generosity, but we can use it as a meditation technique. It says the Chaganusati, Chaganupassana, the contemplation of generosity. In your lifetime, you have practiced generosity for a long time. But the thing is, we don't contemplate on it. Whenever we contemplate on generosity that we have already practiced, that is a meditation technique that purifies our mind. You have helped your parents, you have helped some homeless people, some poor children, poor people. You can think it. You have donated your blood, body parts. You can contemplate on it. Whenever you contemplate on generosity that you have practiced, that is a meditation technique. That is a technique that we can use to purify our mind. Not only that, but if we can contemplate on virtue, moral conduct, sila that we have practiced, that is also a meditation technique, sila anusati, the contemplation of virtue or moral conduct. And also metta bhavana, practicing loving kindness meditation. This is the highest and successful meditation technique in the mundane level for our inner peace. Since we usually suffer because of anger. Anger is one of the reasons that disturb our peace of mind. By practicing metta bhavana, we train our mind to overcome anger. Again and again, we contemplate on thus, may all beings be well, happy and peaceful. Buddha says very clearly, he who wishes to attain the peace of mind should practice loving kindness meditation. If we want to attain the liberation, practicing loving kindness meditation is very, very important. Therefore, now we hope to practice loving kindness meditation. Please get ready for that. You can relax your body. You can sit comfortably as you are comfortable. First, again, you can keep your attention around the nose or upper lip in the present moment. A few seconds. Please practice sati nimitta or mindful object. Then I am going to practice loving kindness meditation to everyone, those who are in this world. I spread loving kindness thoughts to everyone, those who are around me. May all beings at this temple be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in the east direction be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in the west direction be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in the north direction be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in the south direction be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in the upper direction be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in the down direction be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in this entire world be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no problems come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May their all righteous wishes meet with success. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. I see the all over the world like my family, like my children. When I see a person, when I hear a person, when I remember a person, I think that person is like my only son or daughter. Every moment I live in metta thoughts, loving kindness thoughts. I don't give any chance to anyone to disturb my loving kindness thoughts. I always keep my mind with loving kindness thoughts. I see it all over the world, like my family, like my children. May all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. May they attain their final bliss of liberation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Practicing loving kindness meditation is very, very important on the path of liberation. If we want to see the beauty of our mind, if we want to see the beauty of our life, actually we have to overcome anger or ill will. Anger is one of the main reasons that disturb our peace of mind. By practicing loving kindness meditation, we keep our mind pure and calm. With these metta thoughts, loving kindness thoughts, it is very easy to practice generosity and moral conduct. Whenever we practice loving kindness meditation, actually we have no greed. Because of this compassion, we can be greedy. And also, whenever we have this discipline with loving kindness thoughts, we have moral conduct, discipline in our speech and behavior. It is very easy to practice virtue or moral conduct, 5 precepts, Panchasila. That is why practicing loving kindness meditation is highly appreciated and recommended on the path of liberation. Therefore, if you like to see the beauty of your mind and life, you have to practice loving kindness meditation as much as you can. In the next session, we are hoping to practice walk-in meditation. Walk-in meditation is very important. It is one of the meditation techniques. When we practice mindfulness, mindfulness is divided into 4. The contemplation of body, the contemplation of feelings, the contemplation of consciousness, and the contemplation of mental formations. Among these 4-fold mindfulnesses, practicing walk-in meditation or Sakmam Bhavana belongs to Kayanupassana, the contemplation of body. When we walk mindfully. We are aware of our body posture when we walk. By practicing walk-in meditation, we add mindfulness to our body posture. When we walk, we think that we contemplate on that, now I am walking. At the same time, we are aware of our body posture and also we are aware of how this body arises and ceases. This physical body is a result of food or nutrition that we are taking. Because of food, this body arises. As the result of cessation of food or nutrition, this body also ceases. This contemplation helps us to overcome our ignorance and attachment. We can understand what happens to our life, what the nature of our life is. Therefore, practicing walking meditation or Sakmam Bhavana is very important. දැන් අපි සූදානම් වන්නේ සක්මන් භාවනාව පුහුණු කරන්න. අපි සතිමත්ව ඇවිදිමින් මේ ශාලාවේ දිගට අපි කොටසක් හිතාගෙන ඉන්නවා. මේ පැත්තේ ඉඳලා අර පිළිම වහන්සේ පැත්තට ගිහිල්ලා එතනින් වමට හැරිලා ආයෙ නැවත සර්කල් එකක් විදියට මේ පැත්තට ඇවිල්ලා මෙහෙම යන බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. අපි සතිමත්ව ඇවිදිමින් මේ භාවනාව පුහුණු කරනවා. Now we are going to practice walking meditation. We are going to directing the Buddha's statue and we turn left and again left. We will come back to the hall and we turn left and again left and we go as a circle in this hall for a few minutes for our mindfulness in body, practicing walking meditation. When we walk, we go slowly and mindfully, keeping our eyes in front of us about 5 or 6 feet, and also we can keep our hands like this way or that way. And again, we keep our attention around the nose or upper lip, keeping our attention in this area in the present moment. When we walk, we contemplate on that, now I am walking. When we keep our right hand, we think that now I am keeping my right hand, right leg, left leg, like that. We go mindfully, keeping our attention in the present moment. Okay, have you any question? We are going to practice walking meditation. Yes, Mr. Asante?
Bhante, so we focus on the Satyamita and then when we're walking, should we say in our mind right leg and left leg?
Yes. Keep in mind is the very first thing, the main thing is here. With that intention, we walk mindfully. Okay? Keeping our attention in the Sati Nimitta is like when we drive, we look at front on the road. And when we do any other actions like the wiper. Wiper is moving here and there. We know very well wiper is going here and there. When wiper is slow, we know that it is very slow. When it is fast, we know now it is very fast. But we never look at the wiper. But we are aware of the wiper. But our direct intention is to the road. Like that. That is why before we practice breathing meditation, sati nupatta petva. So sato vasa sati, sato passa sati. When we are guided for anapanasati, it says satin upatta petva, so sato vasa sati passa sati. Satin upatta petva means nasika gyeva mukha nimitteva, around the nose or upper lip. Keeping attention here, we breathe in and out. Breathing in and out like the viper. Our main intention to this area. Sometimes you may think that how I do two things in the same time. Actually, that is the thing that we do here. We can do it. When we train our mind, we can do it.
Sometimes we talk to focus on the touching of the foot on the floor.
Yes, we can do several things. Actually, we practice the very first step. We are aware of our body posture. When we keep our right leg, we think that right leg, left leg, like that. When we go to the next level, we can think, lift, move, keep down, like that. And also when we go forward, we can think, we feel 4 fundamental elements, Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. When we keep our leg, we can be aware of Patavi, earth element, water element, fire element, and air element. That also can be contemplated. But here, we practice the very first step. And also, if you are familiar with walking meditation, while you are walking, you can practice any other meditation technique, such as loving kindness meditation, Buddhanussati Bhavana, even Anitya Sanya, impermanence meditation also can be practiced when you walk. But at the very beginning, we practice Sati Nimitta and walking posture when we are walking. We completely keep our attention in the present moment with the awareness of our body posture that we are walking. We don't go to the past or future. We live in the present moment with the awareness of our walking. The very first thing is keeping our attention around the nose or upper lip in this area in the present moment. And when we move our legs, we are aware of that. I am moving my legs, such as right leg, left leg, so on. Lifting, moving, keeping, lifting, moving, keeping, so on. At the same time, when some thoughts come to our mind, we immediately understand these kinds of thoughts are in my mind. Especially when negative thoughts come to our mind, we immediately recognize those negativities. When we are aware of our mind, those negative thoughts are unable to live in our mind. They disappear. They cease. But here, very special thing, we practice Kayanupassana, the contemplation of body. The purpose of practicing Kayanupassana is to develop the understanding of our body. Our body is the result of food or nutrition that we take. At the beginning of practicing Kayanupassana or the contemplation of body, we are aware of our body with mindfulness. Then we go to the next level, mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness belongs to the conventional truth. Mindfulness meditation belongs to the absolute truth, Vipassana Bhavana. That is very important. Kayanupassana or the contemplation of body posture belongs to mindfulness or the conventional truth. When mind gains concentration with the contemplation of body, we go to the next level, mindfulness meditation, It means we reflect on arising and ceasing of our body. That belongs to Vipassana Bhavana, insight meditation or mindfulness meditation, which belongs to the ultimate truth. But here, we practice very first step as a Samatha Bhavana, as a mindfulness technique. Okay, dear friends in the Dhamma, now you can follow me. We go to that direction and we go as a circle. Okay, I wish you to succeed your mindfulness on walking meditation. Please stand up. Okay, relax your body, please. Be aware of your body posture that you are standing here. You can keep your hands like this way or that way. And you can keep your eyes 5 or 6 feet in front of you and be here, practice mindfulness on walking. When we keep our right leg, we think that lifting, moving, keeping, lifting, moving, keeping, so on. Slowly, mindfully, silently. Okay, now you can take a seat and relax. If you can maintain your satinimitta or mindfulness object, it means you are still in meditation. Whenever you are away from satinimitta, it means you are away from mindfulness. It means others can control you. Since you depend on outside, you can respond to others with your satinimitta, but nobody or nothing can disturb your peace of mind. The main purpose of meditation is to develop our mindfulness. Mindfulness is our best friend. No matter whatever you do, if you can do anything with mindfulness object or satinimitta, keeping your mind in the present moment, it means you are clever, you depend on insight, and you have created a refuge within you. When we practice walking meditation, sometimes you may think that you walk very slowly. It is correct. But we trained our mind very fast, speedily, in order to overcome negative thoughts. The Buddha says very clearly, according to Vitakka Santana Sutta, when negative thoughts come to our mind, if we are slow, if you go slowly, if you stand, if we sit down, then we can recognize the thoughts, whether they are angry, whether they are lustful, whether they are ignorant. In this situation, practicing SMS, silently, mindfully, and slowly, that is very important for inner peace. We practice meditation for our inner peace, inner happiness. That is the main purpose of everyone. Our happiness depends on our inner peace. Our inner peace depend on reducing negative thoughts, greed, anger, and delusion. Reducing these negative thoughts, greed or lust, anger or ill will, and ignorance or delusion completely depends on being aware of the present moment or mindfulness. Mindfulness means being aware of our body and mind. At the very beginning, we practice Kayanupassana, the contemplation of body or body parts. That is only the very first step. The Buddha's message is like the ocean. The ocean deepens gradually. Our practice also like that. It has a gradual path. Dana, Sila, Bhavana. Generosity, virtue, and loving kindness in the mundane level. With the understanding of the karmic law. The second level, with the understanding of the dependent origination, Patisampada, we practice Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila means virtue, Samadhi concentration, and Panya wisdom. These three things focus on reducing ignorance. The very first step focuses on reducing attachment and anger, reducing 5 hindrances: kamachanda, sensual pleasure, vyapada, ill will, tenamidda, sloth and torpor, uddhacha, restlessness and worry, and vicikiccha, skeptical doubts. The very first step, Dana, Sila and Bhavana, focus on reducing 5 hindrances. But that is a temporary solution. When Buddha appeared in this world, there were a lot of ascetic people who had reduced these 5 hindrances for millions of eons. But they were not successful. They are still in the samsaric circle. After Buddha appeared in this world, he introduced another hindrance, which is ignorance. Practicing mindfulness completely focuses on reducing ignorance or delusion. Here, it is very important to understand the nature of ignorance or delusion, avidya. Our practice completely depends on understanding ignorance or avidya. In the conventional truth, there is a material world which consists with 4 fundamental elements: earth element, water element, fire element, and air element. It is true, but only in the primary level, in the conventional truth. When we go to the next level, the absolute truth, what is the reality? The reality is that the present moment, the present mental consciousness. When we recognize something through our mind consciousness, the material world has already ceased. It doesn't mean that Buddhism says there is no material world. Actually, there is a material world which consists with 4 fundamental elements. But the very important thing, when we recognize the material world, the very first experience, the material world has ceased. In this situation, by practicing mindfulness, in the deeper level, we directly focus on our mindfulness in order to overcome ignorance or delusion. What is the ignorance? Ignorance means we think that when we experience something, there is a material world. That material world When we recognize it, still it is happening. After we experience, it will remain. That is the nature of ignorance. Another way, we think when we look at something, there is a material world that we are experiencing. We think that I understand something in the present moment. Actually, that is not true. We can contact something, we can contact some material world, but when we recognize it, the very first experience, the first material world has already ceased. That is the nature. But our ignorance doesn't believe it. Our ignorance always says that when we see something, there is a material world. But we create the world in the present moment. By practicing mindfulness, finally, we directly focus on the present moment, the present mind consciousness. But we have a gradual path. That is why Buddha explained a gradual path. At the beginning, with the understanding of the karmic law, we should practice 3 meritorious deeds. Generosity. When we practice generosity, gradually we are able to overcome attachment or covetousness, or lust, or attachment. We always are happy with sharing something with others. That is why Buddha says, Piti mudarang vindati data. He who has a generous heart gains a lot of happiness. When we are generous, our mind has no anger, no greed at the moment. Then gradually we are able to overcome attachment or desire or greed. When we go to the next level, virtue or moral conduct, especially Panchasila, practicing 5 precepts is like giving the fearlessness to the world. When someone practices 5 precepts, he gives the fearlessness to the society. If a society practices the 5 precepts, we have no fear, no doubt from the society. That is very important. Practicing virtue also one of the generosities. Abhedana. Abhyandeti, abherandeti, abhyavajandeti. He who practices sila or virtue, moral conduct, gives fearlessness, abhedana, to the world. And also, we practice loving kindness there. If we abstain from taking life, stealing, and foolish speech, it means we have no anger. We are not angry with others. And also then the next level, practicing loving kindness meditation. Not just practicing loving kindness meditation, but we can practice any other concentration meditation techniques explained by Buddhism. There are 40 meditation techniques according to tranquility meditations in Buddhism. According to our characters, we can practice and apply some techniques. In this situation, we can only reduce the 5 hindrances. That is just a temporary solution. But Buddha has explained other step that which belongs to the ultimate truth. With the understanding of the divine origination, if we can practice impermanence, anicca, that directly helps us to overcome ignorance. When we are able to overcome ignorance, then other negativities automatically reduce. If we are able to reflect on impermanence, our eye is impermanent, forms are impermanent, eye consciousness is impermanent. Automatically, greed and anger overcome. That is the nature of our life. In this situation, from the beginning to end, we should fulfill 4 qualities in our life. That is very important. They are associating good friends, listening to Dhamma, wise consideration, and practice. Associating with the noble friends, spiritual friends, who explained the path that leads to getting rid of suffering. Not only we associate with them, but we should be clever to listening to what they say. Sometimes we meet some good friends as the result of our previous good actions, karma. But we are not clever to ask the message from them. Actually, the main purpose of associating spiritual friends is that to listening to the way how to overcome suffering. Not only we should listen to Dhamma, but we should reflect on it again and again. And also practice. These 4 things are very important on the path of liberation. Finally, we have to practice only one thing, which is mindfulness. Being aware of our body, feelings, consciousness, and mental formations. And very finally, we have to be aware of the present moment with mindfulness. Here, physically we are very slow, but mentally we are very fast. What is fast? It means we run with our mind. When mind goes somewhere, we go with mindfulness with that mind. We don't give any chance to our mind to get any negative thought. When we are mindful, we cleanse our mind from negativities. Mind has no ability to get any negative thought whenever we are mindful. That is the thing that we are doing here by walking meditation, going slowly. Even though we walk slowly, but mentally we develop a speed of our mind with mindfulness. That is the nature of our practice. In this situation, we should understand the techniques of practicing mindfulness. There are a lot of techniques that we can see in mindfulness according to the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, the great discourse of mindfulness. Especially, we practice Kayanupassana. Kaya Kayanupasse Viharati. When we behave, we do everything mindfully, from morning to night. Here, it is very important to understand the sati nimitta or mindfulness object. We always keep our attention around the nose or upper lip in the present moment. We do everything mindfully. We can do something very fast, but we do everything mindfully. Then negative thoughts are unable to come to our mind. Whenever we are mindful, it means we are like under the sunlight. When there is sun, there is no darkness. Darkness is like ignorance. And also, when we have this understanding, samma ditti, we have right intention, samma sankappa. We always practice loving kindness thoughts in our mind. Samma vacha, we speak everything mindfully. We protect our speech, words. When we speak something, we think again and again whether it is correct. The reason is that we don't give any chance to anyone to disturb our mind. We keep our mind pure and calm. When our mind is pure and calm, it means our words are correct. When our words are correct, our actions are also correct. We abstain from taking life. We abstain from sexual misconduct and stealing. That is right action. Then, right livelihood. We live righteously. We earn money righteously, honestly. The reason is that our main purpose is that inner peace, inner happiness. That is the highest goal in our life. We do everything giving the priority to our inner peace. Even though we are very rich, even though we are well educated, if we have no inner peace, everything that we earned is useless. Therefore, always we like inner peace, since we like our happiness. Our happiness depends on our inner peace. Our inner peace depends on the purification of our mind. The purification of our mind depends on practicing mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness depends on right understanding, right vision, samadhi. If we have samadhi or right understanding, we have right effort, sammavayam, not to do evils and practice to good deeds. Right mindfulness, we always live mindfully. And also, as the result of practicing mindfulness, gradually we gain concentration, tranquility or samadhi. When mind gains concentration, we are able to reflect on impermanence which happens to our life, according to what we heard at the beginning of the path, the Four Noble Truths. Okay, dear friends in the Dhamma, now we are going to practice several meditation techniques. Especially, we very rarely practice Chaganusati or Chaganupassana, the contemplation of generosity. We practice generosity, but we don't use it as a meditation technique. Practicing generosity can be used as a meditation technique. When we think about our generosity that we have already practiced, it helps us to gain concentration. You have helped your parents. You have donated many things to the society. You have practiced generosity. If you can think them, at least one thing, if you can contemplate on it and if you can memorize it, if you can contemplate on it again and again, it helps us to gain concentration. That concentration helps us to overcome negativities from our mind. Now, we hope to practice Chaganupassana or the contemplation of generosity. You can remember anything that you have donated or sharing with others. ඔබට දැන් ජීවිත කාලේ ඔබ පුරුදු කරපු දානයක් මතක් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. අපි දැන් චාගානුස්සති භාවනාව වඩන්න සූදානම් වෙන්නේ. ඔබ දීපු දානයක් සිහිපත් කිරීම හුදෙක් දානයක් විතරක් නෙවෙයි. එක් චාගානුස්සති භාවනාවක්. ඒක හිත සමාධිමත් කරන භාවනා කමටහනක්. ඔබ ඊටාම සත්පුරුෂය අමරතාතර සලකලා ඇති. දරුවන්ට උදව් කළා ඇති. අසරණයට පිහිට වෙලා ඇති. ලෙඩ වෙච්ච අයට උපස්ථාන කළා ඇති. දුගී මගී යාචකාදීන්ට පිහිට වෙලා ඇති. ලේ දන් දීලා ඇති. ශරීරයේ කොටස් දන් දීලා ඇති ඔබ. ඔබේ කාලේ ධනය ශ්‍රමය වෙනත් අය වෙනුවෙන් ඔබ ජීවිත නොයෙක් අවස්ථාවල කැප කරලා ඇති. අන්‍ය දේවල් වලින් ඔබේ මතකයට එන ඊටාම වැදගත් දෙයක් ඔබ මේ වෙලාවේ මතක් කරගන්න. අන්නේ මතකය අන්නේ කරපු පින්කම දානය නැවත නැවතත් සිහිපත් කරන්න. ඔබ පන්සලකට දීපු දානයක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. අම්මට තාත්තට සලකපු අවස්ථාවක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. අසරණ ලෙඩෙකුට උපස්ථාන කරපු වෙලාවක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. දරුවෙකුට පාසල් පොත් ටිකක් හෝ යම්කිසි උදව්වක් කරපු අවස්ථාවක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. දුකෙන් හිටපු කෙනෙක්ගේ වේදනාවක් සංවේගයක් කියන අවස්ථාවේදී ඒක ඔබ සාවධානව හුඟන් දීපු අවස්ථාවක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. අන්නේ කාරණාවක් හොඳට මේ වෙලාව මතක් කරගන්න. අන්නේ සිතුවිල්ලම පුහුණු කරමින් අපි ඒ සිතුවිල්ල තුළම අපි සමාධිස්ථිත සමාධිමත් කරගන්නට උත්සාහ ගනිමු. Now we hope to practice a meditation technique which is Chaganussati or Chaganupassana, the contemplation of generosity. In your life, you have practiced generosity for a long time. You can think them at this moment. And also, you can contemplate on it again and again. This meditation technique belongs to conventional truth. It depends on the material world, but it helps us to concentrate our mind, and that concentration of mind helps us to reflect on impermanence. This incident has already ceased, but we think it again and again for inner peace, for the concentration of mind. Friends in the Dhamma, now please get ready for Chaganussati Bhavana, the contemplation of generosity. Please relax your body. And keep your right hand on the left hand. Be aware of your body posture. that you are sitting here. From your legs to head and from your head to legs. And keep your attention around the nose or upper lip in the present moment. Now you can think a meritorious act, a generosity that you practiced. One of the best generous activities that you have practiced, you can think and contemplate on it again and again. Please contemplate on with your mind. I keep my attention around the nose or upper lip at the present moment. At the same time, I contemplate on a generous activity practiced by me in my lifetime. One of the best generous activities that I have done in my lifetime. I think it again and again for my inner peace. And also, I live in the present moment. I keep my mindfulness in the present moment. When some negative thoughts come to my mind, I immediately recognize them. I immediately understand them. Then those negative thoughts go away from my mind. When I remember and contemplate on my generosity, my mind is so pure and calm. I gain a lot of happiness when I think about my generosity. Here you can remember any generous activity that you have practiced. It may be a very big generosity or a very small donation, it doesn't matter. The important thing that your mind, your pure mind, If you did that activity with a pure mind, that is enough. That is good. With that pure mind, you can remember it again. ඔබ ජීවිත කාලයේ කරපු ඊටාම සුළු හෝ පරිත්‍යාගයක් මතක් කරගන්න. කෝමියෙකුට දීපු බත් කැටයක් වුණත් ඔබට හිතන්න පුළුවන්. ස්වාමින් වහන්සේලාට දීපු දානයක්, විහාරස්ථානයට කරපු උදව්වක්, භාවනා කුටි පූජාවක්, ලෙඩෙකුට පිහිටවීමක්, ලේදන් දීමක්, මේ වගේ සුවිශේෂයෙන් මතක් කළ හැකි සිදුවීමක් මතක් කරගන්න. ඒ සිදුවීම තුලම හිතමින් සිත සමාධිමත් කරගන්න. By contemplating on generosity practiced by me, I concentrate my mind. My mind is so pure and calm. That mind arises and ceases at the moment. Every moment, my mind changes. Mind consciousness changes. The present mind consciousness didn't come to the present from the past. It will not go to future from the present as it is. Every moment with the conditions, it arises and ceases at this moment. It is impermanent. It is dissatisfactory. It is selfless. Everything is impermanent. Everything arises and ceases. Everything is impermanent. 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 Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, furthermore, you can be mindful in the present moment. Please protect your mindfulness object during this day. No matter whatever you do, please be mindful with all activities that you are doing here. The most important thing in your life is that your mind, the highest way that you can take care of your mind is that being mindful. Next, we are hoping to practice another meditation technique, which is Sila-Nusati, the contemplation of virtue or moral conduct. That is also one of the meditation techniques that we can practice to concentrate our mind. Especially, you usually practice 5 precepts, Panchasila. Among them, I think at least you practice at least only 1 precept. That is enough at this moment. You can think about it again and again. I am abstaining from taking life. I am abstaining from stealing, so on. You can think about this moral conduct that you are practicing. Contemplating on these good activities, moral conduct, you can concentrate your mind at the moment. You spend a virtuous life. Especially in this retreat, you have been practicing 5 precepts since morning. You can think about that. Please keep your mind in the present moment with the awareness of your nose or upper lip. I have been practicing 5 precepts. I have been practicing several precepts. Now I contemplate on those activities, moral conduct that I practice. දැන් අපි සීලානුස්සති භාවන වඩන්නට බලාපොරොත්තු වන අවස්ථාව. මගේ ජීවිතය පුරාම පංචශීල ආරක්ෂා කරලා තියෙනවා. එයින් කීපයක් කොහොම ආරක්ෂා කරමින් ඉන්නේ. අද දින මේ භාවනා වැඩසටහන පැවැත්වෙන අවස්ථාවේදී විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ පංචශීලය අඛණ්ඩව ආරක්ෂා කරනවා. මගේ කායික වාචික සංවරය ඊටම පිරිසිදුයි. මා ඊටා පිරිසිදු අහිංසක නිවැරදි ජීවිතයක් අද ගත කරනවා. බෝසත් උතුමන් වැඩි උතුම් චර්යාව තුළ ඉඳමින් මා සිල්වත් ජීවිතයක් ගත කරනවා. I am spending a very virtuous life which is appreciated by the wise. I have my discipline in speech and behavior. I contemplate on this moral life, virtuous life for my inner peace. I am contemplating on my virtuous life, moral life that I have been practicing. When I think about my moral life, virtuous life, I am so happy. I have no negativities, negative thoughts at the moment in my mind. My mind is so pure and calm when I contemplate on my virtuous life. My mind is so pure and calm when I contemplate on my virtuous life, moral life. I have been practicing this sila or virtue for a long time. I give fearlessness to the world by practicing virtue. I give loving kindness and compassion to the world by practicing virtue or morality. When I think about my spiritual life, I am so happy. My mind is so pure and calm. I try to maintain and continue this spiritual life for my inner peace, for the benefits of many people in this world. By contemplating on this virtuous life, I strengthen my spiritual mind. I purify my mind. I cleanse my mind from negativities. My mind is so pure and calm. With this pure mind, I help to the world. I do more activities for the well-being of many people in this world. And also, I develop my mindfulness for my inner peace, for getting rid of suffering. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear friends in Dhamma, if you have any question, you can ask at this moment about this practice or our sermon. We have been discussing and practicing meditation techniques. As I mentioned before, the main purpose of all the meditation techniques is to develop our mindfulness. The purpose of practicing mindfulness is to overcome negativities, negative thoughts from our mind, greed, anger, and delusion. The purpose of reducing these negative thoughts is to achieve the real happiness, attain inner peace. Inner peace is the main purpose, main goal of everyone in this world. By practicing mindfulness, we cleanse our mind from negative thoughts. The more we cleanse our mind from negativities, the more we overcome suffering. Especially, practicing mindfulness is highly appreciated and recommended in Buddhism. Mindfulness is the main fact that we overcome suffering. Mindfulness means especially being aware of the present moment. Finally, we have to practice only reflecting on impermanence. Our entire life is the present moment. Since the past has ceased, the future hasn't come yet. We have only the present moment, present mind consciousness. When we think something, the material world has ceased. We contemplate on something by our mind consciousness. That mind consciousness also arises and ceases at the moment. If we have this understanding, our mind has no negative thoughts. Greed, anger, conceit, ignorance, ill will, we have no these negativities whenever we keep our mind in the present moment, reflecting on impermanence with mindfulness. For that, we have to train our mind again and again. This is a gradual process, gradual path. In the primary level, we should practice generosity and 5 precepts, practicing loving kindness meditation, and finally, the highest quality that we can develop in our life is that mindfulness. Mindfulness in Buddhism is a very big topic, very vast topic. Mindfulness is also divided into 3. Mindfulness, mindfulness meditation, and the path that leads to mindfulness meditation. Satipatthana, Satipatthana Bhavana, and Satipatthana Bhavana Gamini Patipada. Satipatthana belongs to the conventional truth. Satipatthana Bhavana belongs to the ultimate truth, insight meditation. Satipatthana Bhavana Gamini Patipada, the path that leads to mindfulness meditation, belongs to Sammaditya vision, right understanding. We should have clear understanding about the dependent origination, causality, arising and ceasing of suffering. Whenever we are ignorant, we are in the samsaric circle. Whenever we are ignorant, our entire body and mind change. And also, we have created the suffering in the samsaric circle. If we think there is something outside, when we remember something, if we think there is a material world, someone outside, it means our mind is fixed in outside material world. It says we are not away from suffering. We consist with decay, illness, death, so on. Whenever we are away from ignorance, with the cessation of ignorance, mental formations cease. With the cessation of mental formations, consciousness ceases. With the cessation of consciousness, Nama Rupa cease. Mentality and materiality cease. As the result of this path, we are able to overcome decay, illness, death, sorrow, and lamentation. This is the path of purification. We should dedicate our entire life for this path, for this practice, because this is the only path for getting rid of suffering. Even though we are well educated, although we have a lot of children who are well educated, even though we have a lot of properties, if we are ignorant, we are not away from suffering. If we want to overcome suffering, we have to come to this understanding and practice, which is mindfulness. For that, I wish you all the best. By the power of this spiritual energy, may you be well, happy and peaceful. May your all righteous spiritual wishes meet with success. Finally, may all of us attain the final bliss of liberation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.